I have spent the last 3 months rebuilding my ultimate dream car, a 2024 Porsche 992 Gt3Rs. And today, this thing is gonna be 100% complete. We're gonna get all the issues resolved. There's 3 things left on the car that we need to get fixed. Issue number 1, the aerodynamic system on the car is faulty. It's giving us errors, it's giving us issues. Everything in the front end that we fixed is working and calibrated properly. For some odd reason, this rear wing functions properly when we manually adjust it in the software, but it will not calibrate. Number 2, the AC system. This is a different system than all the other cars that I've ever worked on. So I'm just gonna take it to a professional, I'm gonna take it to a shop and have them charge the system. Now, that may take care of the aerodynamic error at the same time. This is a perfect example of how complicated these brand new cars are. My buddy Nick, who's a Porsche certified tech, he's got all the Porsche software and everything to repair the aerodynamic system. He's pretty confident that the aero system will not calibrate properly unless the AC system is also charged. So by getting that AC system charged, it may take care of both of those issues. Number 3, alignment. When I bought this car, it was wrecked. It had hit a tree. Now there wasn't a crazy amount of structural damage, but the front tub was cracked. It ripped out one of the holes where the lower control arm bolts in. We did have that professionally repaired. A lot of the comment section is saying they're thinking we put it in the wrong spot. Now, if that is the case and the hole for the lower control arm bolt is in the wrong spot, this car will not align whatsoever. So that's the final thing that we need to get finished up on the car, is bring it to a shop, a professional shop, have them align it. It definitely needs it because it doesn't really drive all that good whatsoever. So let's get this thing 100% complete, roadworthy, safe, and ready to rip. I don't want to mod this car whatsoever until it's ready to go, until it's complete and finished back to factory spec. So we just made it to Silver Star Automotive. They're gonna go ahead and completely evacuate the system, vacuum it, make sure it's leak free, and go ahead and get her recharged with the R1234 YF refrigerant. In 2021, the EPA mandated that all new vehicles must go to R1234 YF, which is what this Porsche has. Unfortunately, I didn't have the equipment to take care of it myself. Silver Star did, and they knocked it out of the park. Now we're gonna move on and try and get the aero system completely dialed in. This is the next step to getting the car complete and ready to rip. We'll be using the J2534 from the Autel scanner and my laptop with the Porsche certified software on it to try and calibrate the system. My buddy Nick and I were trying to get this calibrated a few days ago. A lot of the modules in the car were throwing codes that weren't even related to the air conditioning system. As soon as we got the AC charged, it took care of a ton of different codes, which was wild to see. So now the aero system technically should calibrate first try and we'll be done. Let's hope. 2 hours later of programming and calibrating the active aero system, the dumb car still isn't cooperating. No idea what's going on. Everything works properly when you manually activate it here in the software, but it still throws codes for everything though. Both fronts and the rear. It's throwing codes. After dealing with this aero system for so many hours, I may just drop it off at the local Porsche dealership and have them take care of the issue. I could probably eventually figure it out, but they have all the software, they have all the tools, and they could probably get it sorted out in a few minutes. Let's move on to something more fun. The alignment appointment is here in a few days, so while we wait, I'm gonna go ahead and un-PPF this entire car. Now there's 2 reasons we are doing this. The first reason is if we want to change the color, which I desperately need to change the color, I'm not a fan of the red with the yellow whatsoever. We need to pull the PPF because the red, the decals are under the PPF. Second of all, whoever did this car didn't do the best job in the world. For example, if you look closely here, this is under the PPF. For some reason, this is over the PPF. And if we peel this back, the PPF is all cut up. You guys see that? Very, very interesting. We're gonna go ahead and un-PPF this entire car so that we can change the logos, and then we'll have it re-PPF'd as soon as I find a shop that I trust. I've only had to remove PPF one other time in my life. That was on the front of my E92 M3. That PPF was completely destroyed and it wouldn't come off whatsoever. Thankfully, this PPF is less than a year old and it comes off super easy. I'll discuss this later, but it's wild to see how much this color changes with the PPF removed. I'm not sure how long this PPF was on here. I'm assuming since brand new, so less than a year, but you can very clearly tell it was starting to yellow. Look at the color difference, door versus quarter. And if you grab a piece, you can tell it's definitely got a yellow sheen to it. I know there's gonna be people wondering why I didn't put the new decals over the PPF and the old decals. I tried that, but even if they're off just a sliver, you can see the red of the old decal. And secondly, that's just not the right way to do things. Being such an expensive car, I want to do everything right. I want to do everything by the book. Having a decal, then PPF, then another decal was kind of janky. The whole entire car is now back to bare paint. Now there is a little bit of residue left from the PPF, and the easiest way I'm finding to get that off is with wax and grease remover. After wiping all of this residue off with the wax and grease remover, it was time to move on to the decals. The easiest one to install is this rear bumper decal. You can see I already have one yellow letter on there. I was just messing around with it before, trying to figure out how to do this properly. I decided to use the tape method. Tape around the whole entire OEM decal so that we have a guide for the new decal to sit in the exact same spot. Now it's time for the new decal. I'm super excited to show you guys what color I went with. I think it pops so nicely against the Arctic gray paint, but first we need to get it cleaned up with some isopropyl alcohol, and now we're ready for the yellow decal. Okay, there it is. The first decal is on. What do we think of the yellow? I think it looks beautiful on the Arctic gray paint. Black would look cleaner for sure, but for now, we are running yellow. That was a perfect method. I'm gonna use that method for the entire car. Next up, we're gonna knock out the wing. Being completely transparent, these are not OEM decals. Porsche never made yellow decals for the car, and even if they did, after seeing the price of OEM decals, I would never run OEM decals. Just the side stripe kit alone is 700 bucks. That rear bumper one was over $200. I paid 70 bucks for this entire kit. Both of the sides, the wing, and the bumper, 70 bucks. The whole back is now complete. You guys ready for this? Oh my goodness, that is loud. That is so freaking cool. Black would be clean, but man, that is just out there, and I love it.
Are you taking that off?
Changing the color so it matches the brakes.
What color are the brakes?
Yellow.
Guys, you know, this is my mom's mashed potato.
When did you get this car?
That's a potato?
When did you get this car?
That's my wife's car. We got that 3 years ago.
That's your wife?
That's my wife's, yeah.
And this is yours?
Yeah.
I'm watching.
Are you?
Yeah.
Am I doing it right?
Yeah.
What do you like better, the red or the yellow?
Which one?
This side with the red or the other side with the yellow?
The other side.
You like the other side too? They sent me a few different options for the end plate decals. I think these ones here look the best. Now it was time to pull her outside and see how she looks. Now that, my friends, is a proper looking GT3 RS. I cannot get over how sick this thing looks now, especially seeing how it matches the interior perfectly. All the yellow stitch, the seat belts, and the yellow decals. I think it's perfect. Let me know what you think down below. It is time for the final stage. Will this thing properly align with our repaired tub? All right, my friends, last step. We are headed into the alignment shop, back to Silver Star Automotive to get this thing aligned. Very curious, man. Curious if it's gonna align properly. I sure hope it does. If it doesn't, that means our tub repair is no good. I have faith that we did a good job. We got her loaded up on the alignment rack, and it was time to go ahead and knock this alignment out.
Oh, shit. No.
My at-home alignment's not terrible, huh?
No, your at-home alignment's not bad at all.
No.
Dang.
Camber's closed,
Yeah.
front and rear, the toe's off, but
That's not bad.
No.
no.
It drove decently. It was just like the steering wheel is a little to the, I think it's to the left.
Yep.
Beautiful. Now I did install all Dundon adjustable arms throughout this car, so I thought it was going to take a bit to align. Honestly, it wasn't bad at all.
You can see if these were more in the center, your wheel would be off to the left.
Okay, yeah, that
And
makes
that's
sense.
what we were saying, that it was off a little.
Yep.
And obviously the left side,
Yeah.
way worse than the right side.
Oh yeah. Well, at least she'll align. I was a little worried.
Yeah, oh no, it'll be good.
And here are the final specs. Aligned back to the Porsche specification, 1.6 degrees of camber all around, pretty much no toe in the front, and around a 1/15 of a degree of toe in the rear. Huge thanks to Silver Star Automotive. They got this thing dialed in perfectly. Now let's go on a rip. I thought this thing drove good before. Man, after this new alignment, it feels like a completely different car. Massive thank you to Silver Star Automotive for knocking out this alignment. If you're in the Spokane, Coeur d'Alene area, I would definitely hit them up. Alignment is done. The car drives absolutely perfect. The AC is done. The new decals are on. Unfortunately, no progress whatsoever has been made with the aerodynamic system, which that is the very last issue to take care of on this car. Now, I did want every single issue taken care of before we did any sort of modifications. And unless one of you guys has an idea as to what is going on with the aero system, this car is going to have to go into the dealer for some diag and programming procedures, which I'm sure that is going to be a few weeks out. So I think in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and slap some exhaust on it. Unfortunately, that is not going to happen today. I'll have to save that for a different video. So that is going to conclude this episode. A lot of solid progress with the project today. I am very, very excited with the new look. The yellow on the Arctic gray cannot look any freaking better. Let me know what you think down below.